Let's answer some pre-calculus problems. Start tayo sa conic sections. Number 1, what type of conic section is represented by the equation? Okay. So, ang tatandaan natin dito, ito kasi this is a general form. Okay, pero mayroong mga standard forms ang bawat conic sections. Sa conic sections, meron tayong circle, ellipse, parabola, and hyperbola. Ang titingnan lang natin dito, ito mga coefficients and sign nila. Kapag circle, dapat same coefficient, same sign. Okay? Kapag ellipses naman, dapat sa kanila is same sign. Kahit magkaiba yung coefficient. Okay? Not necessarily parehas yung coefficient. Or talagang hindi same yung coefficient nila. Kapag parabola, it's either x squared or y squared is absent. Okay? Kapag hyperbola naman, ang tinitingnan natin dyan is different signs. Okay? Different signs kapag hyperbola. So, by inspection, kita nyo, this is positive 7 and yung isa is negative 5. Again, ang titingnan natin yung mga coefficient nitong may mga square na to. Alright? So, as you can see, hindi siya circle kasi hindi sila same ng coefficient. Hindi rin sila ellipse kasi magkaiba yung sign niya. Hindi rin siya parabola kasi present parehas. Therefore, it's a hyperbola. As you can see, different signs. Okay? Next, find the radius and the center of the circle, x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 8y plus 9 is equal to 0. Solve natin siya dito. Ang gagawin natin dito is completing the square. Okay? So, sulat muna natin yung standard form. Pero pagsasamahin ko na itong may mga x. I have x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 8y. Pinagsama ko na rin yung mga may y. And then transpose ko yung negative 9 sa kabila. Alright? Now, completing the square. Paano tayo nagko-completing the square? Take half of this term and then square it and add to this. So, you have x squared minus 6x. Half of negative 6 is negative 3. Squared is 9. Since nag-add ako dyan ng 9, mag-add din ako ng 9 sa kabilang side. Here. Alright? Plus y squared plus 8y. Half of 8 is 4. 4 squared is 16. I'll add 16 here. And then mag-add din ako ng 16 dito. Cancel. Cancel. Matitira sa kabila is 16. Now, i-compress natin to doon sa standard form ng circle. Paano yan? Gagawin natin. Take the square root of the first term. Take the square root of the last term. Copy the sign of the middle term. Negative. Ganon din dito, take the square root of the first term, square root of the last term, copy the sign, plus, and dapat naka-square sila parehas. Now, ang standard form ng circle is ganito, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared, wherein yung center natin is hk, and yung radius natin is, nandito, later na yan. So, dito muna tayo sa center. Ang center ngayon, ng circle natin is ito. This is the value of h, 3. And then ito yung k natin. Pero as you can see, negated kasi siya dito sa standard form. So, ine-negate din natin yung sign nito. So, instead of positive 4, that should be negative 4. Okay? Ganun din naman yung ginawa natin dito. Alright? Na-negate natin yung negative, naging siyang positive. So, ang center natin is at 3, negative 4. Now, ano yung radius natin? As we can see, r squared is equal to 16. Get the square root of both sides. R is equal to 4. That's the radius. Okay? Next, what is the eccentricity of a hyperbola? Okay? Ang eccentricity, ito lang yung mga tatandaan natin, no? Kapag circle, ang eccentricity niya is 0. Kapag ellipse, ang eccentricity niya is greater than 0 but less than 1. Kapag parabola, 1 ang eccentricity. And kapag hyperbola, yung eccentricity is greater than 1. Alright? Now, so ang eccentricity ngayon ng hyperbola is e greater than 1. Ang eccentricity, tinitingnan natin dito, gaano kabilog yung isang conic section. Alright? Kapag ellipse, medyo malapit na siya. No? Pero kapag parabola, hyperbola, malayo siya. And we can also think of parabola as a conic section in between ellipses and hyperbola. Alright? Eccentricity. Dito tayo sa functions and relations. Number 1, if f of x is equal to 2x plus 3 and g of x is equal to x squared minus 1, find f of g of x. Okay? So, composition of function to, no? Part siya ng operations on functions. So, ang una nating hahanapin dito is yung f of g of x. Then, after that, hanapin natin yung f of g of 2. Okay? Paano yan? Sulat muna natin itong outside function natin, which is 2x plus 3. Pero instead of 2, ang isa-substitute natin kay x is yung g of x natin, as shown here. So this will be 2 times x squared minus 1 plus 3, which will give us 2x squared minus 2 plus 3, which is just 2x squared plus 1. Alright? So yung f of g of x natin is 2x squared plus 1. Pero yung f of g of 2 is 2 times 2 squared plus 1. This will be 8 plus 1, 9. That's the answer. Alright? Itong 2, isa-substitute lang natin dito sa x. Next, number 2, find the domain and vertical and horizontal asymptotes of the following. F of x is equal to 2x plus 3 over x minus 1. Okay. So, dito muna tayo sa domain. Ang domain, ang sinasabi ko lagi, or ang interpretation ko sa domain, ito yung mga values ng x na nagme-make sense, that will give us an f of x that exists. Okay? So, in that case, titingnan muna natin, paano ba magiging undefined to kapag ito is naging 0. Okay? So, equate natin siya sa 0. X minus 1 is equal to 0. Pero, since domain yung hinahanap natin, dapat not equal to 0. Kasi, bawal nga siyang mag-0. Bawal mag-0 yung denominator. Alright? So, plus 1 both sides, you'll get x is not equal to 1. So, yun yung domain natin. Ang domain natin is x such that x is a real number but x is not equal to 1. Alright? Now, hanapin natin sa vertical asymptote. Sa vertical asymptote, kukunin pa rin natin tong denominator. Alright? Pero i-equate natin siya sa 1. X minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 1. So, ang VA natin, vertical asymptote, is that x is equal to 1. Anong ibig sabihin yan? If we have a graph, ito yung 1. Okay? Yung graph natin, magta-touch lang, it will just get closer and closer to this line, asymptote, pero hindi siya didikit. Okay? It will never touch the line or cross the line. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng vertical asymptote. Okay? Next, let's have the horizontal asymptote. Ang horizontal asymptote, ito lang yung ratio ng leading coefficients ng numerator and denominator. Leading coefficient ng numerator natin is 2. Leading coefficient ng denominator is 1. 2 over 1 is equal to 2. So, ang horizontal asymptote natin is y is equal to 2. Asan yun? Nandito siya. Okay? Yun yung horizontal asymptote natin. Find the range of f of x is equal to square root of 4 minus x squared. Alright. So, ang range nito, hanapin muna natin yung domain. Okay. Paano ba magkakaroon ng maayos na value ng output natin? Okay. Magiging defined lang to if ito is non-negative. Alright. Kapag yung radicand natin is non-negative. So, in that case, equate natin siya or iset natin tong radicand natin, 4 minus x squared is greater than or equal to 0. So, now, subtract for both sides. We can see that negative x squared is greater than or equal to negative 4. And then, multiply natin both sides by negative 1 so that we can have x squared is less than or equal to 4. Kapag nag-multiply tayo or divide by a negative, i-flip natin yung inequality sign. Alright? So, ang domain natin, ito siya. Pero x dapat yung hinahanap natin. So, ano ba yung mga values ng x that will make the radicand non-zero or non-negative? So, yun ay 2, square root nito, negative 2 at the minimum, and 2, positive 2, yung maximum. Kasi, tingnan nyo, if nag-substitute tayo ng negative 2 dito, is still 0 yung makukuha natin. And that's the lowest possible x na or f of x na pwedeng ibigay sa atin. Okay? Kapag naman 2, same din, 0 din. So, x should be greater than or equal to 2, but less than, greater than or equal to negative 2, but less than or equal to 2. Yan yung domain natin. Okay. Now, kasi, anong ibig sabihin ba niyan? For example, anything beyond negative 2, to the negative of it, or to the left of it, like for example, negative 3, magne-negative na yung radicand natin kapag sinubstitute nyo. So, hindi na pwede yun. Okay? Anything beyond positive 2, going to the right, like 3, 4, 5, etc., will also give us a negative radicand. Hindi nga pwede yun. So, ito yung domain natin, negative 2, less than or equal to x, and x is greater than or equal to 2. Alright? Now, pwede na nating tingnan yung range. Ang range natin, ano ba yung makukuha nating f of x kapag sinubstitute natin itong mga inputs dito? Ano yung maximum? Ano yung minimum? Alright? Now, yung radicand natin again is 4 minus x squared. Sige, sulat ko na nga yung function dito. F of x is equal to square root of 4 minus x squared. Magiging minimum to kapag ito is 0. Paano siya magzi-0? If yung x natin is 2 or negative 2. So, kapag kinuha natin si f of 2 or f of negative 2, ang makukuha natin dito is 0. Alright? So, yun yung minimum possible. Hindi pwedeng negative. So, ang range natin is from 0, inclusive, okay? Papunta saan? Tingnan pa natin yung maximum niya. Kapag nag-substitute ako ng 0, okay, let's say x is equal to 0. Square root of 4 minus 0 squared is equal to square root of 4 is equal to 2. Ito na yung maximum. Okay? So, maximum tayo at x is equal to 0 and it gives us positive 2. So, again, makakakuha tayo ng maximum na value for the range if itong term na to is 0. Alright? So, that is 0 to 2. Ito yung range natin. Next, dito tayo sa exponential and logarithmic functions. Number 1, solve for 2 raised to x minus 1 is equal to 8. Itong 8, i-equate natin, or i-express natin siya with the base 2. Yun yung goal natin para mag-cancel yung mga yan. So, 2 raised to x minus 1 is equal to 2 raised to 3. 2 raised to 3 is just 8. No? So, kapag same na sila, cancel nyo na. You get x minus 1 is equal to 3. Add 1 both sides. X is equal to 4. That's the answer. Okay? Next. Yan. Solve for the logarithm of x plus 1 to the base 3 plus the logarithm of x minus 1 to the base 3 is equal to 2. Okay. So, tandaan natin itong property ng logarithm. If you have a logarithm of a plus the logarithm of b, then this is the same as the logarithm of a times b. Alright? And if we have the logarithm of a minus the logarithm of b, then this is just the same as the logarithm of a over b. Okay? Now, since parehas naman sila logarithm to the base 3, then isulat natin to as logarithm of x plus 1 times x minus 1 to the base 3. Equate that to 2. Alright? Now, x plus 1 times x minus 1, it will give us, sulat ko dito, it will give us x squared minus 1. Again, ito, difference of 2 squares to, and yung factorization niya, ito lang. Alright? This is equal to 2. Now, remember also that if you have a logarithm of a to the base b, that is equal to c, this is the same as b raised to c is equal to a. Yan yung definition din ng logarithm. Okay? So, in that case, pwede natin itong express as ito yung base natin, 3 raised to c, which is 2. Equate that to x squared minus 1. Alright? So, 3 squared is equal to 9 is equal to x squared minus 1 plus 1 both sides, you'll get 10 is equal to x squared. Get the square root. It gives us x is equal to the square root of 10. That's the answer. Okay? Next. Solve 3 to the 2x plus 3x plus 1, 3 to the x plus 1 is equal to 12. Kapag ganyan yung mga case, gagawa natin siya ng paraan kasi ang goal natin dito is gusto natin na pwede kasi nating i-transpose dun sa kabila and then magzi-zero to tapos gagamitan natin ang quadratic. Okay, kasi itong 3 to the 2x, pwede natin siyang isulat as 3x, okay, 3x squared. Diba? Minumultiply natin yung mga exponents na yan. And then, itong 3x plus 1, this is the same as 3x times 3. Okay? Kasi, multiplication yan. Add nyo yung exponents, x plus 1, kuha nyo to, is equal to 12. So, as you can see, itong 3x tsaka 3x, similar siya dito sa dalawang terms. So, kuha muna tayo ng placeholder. Let's say we have y. Let y be equal to 3 to the x. In that case, this will be equal to y squared plus 3y minus 12 is equal to 0. Anong pwede natin gamitin dito? Pwede tayong gumamit ng quadratic equation, alright? Or quadratic formula. Quadratic formula natin, y is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Negative b natin, negative 3 plus or minus square root of b natin is 3. 3 squared is 9 minus 4 times 1 times negative 12, 4 negative 12, 9 minus 4 negative 12, 40, 8 positive 40, 8, 57. Oops, 2a nakalimutan ko. 2, yung a natin is 1. So, 2 lang yan. So, this will be negative 3 plus or minus square root of 57 over 2. Now, yung y natin, this one should be greater than 0. Okay, sa logarithm. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-negative. Okay? So, in that case, pwede nating i-disregard or talagang i-disregard natin yung negative root. Tanggalin na natin tong negative. In that case, y is equal to negative 3 plus square root of 57 over 2. Eh, yung y natin, naka-equate siya sa 3x. So, this is equal to 3 raised to x. Ang hinahanap natin dito is x. Paano natin makikita si x? Tandaan lang natin, yung pinakita ko kanina, logarithm of b or a to the base b is equal to c is the same as b raised to c is equal to a. So, ibig sabihin, express natin to as, para makuha natin tong x, we just get the logarithm to the base 3 of both sides. Okay? Logarithm to the base 3. So, x cancel to is equal to the logarithm of negative 3 plus square root of 57 over 2 to the base 3. So, yan yung answer natin. Okay? Next. Yan. Dito tayo sa sequences and series. Number 1, an arithmetic sequence has first term of 5 and difference of 3. Find the 10th term. Okay? So, kapag arithmetic sequence, yung nth term natin is just equal to the first term plus n minus 1 times the common difference d. Yung a sabo natin is the first term, this is 5, plus yung n natin is 10, 10 minus 1 is 9, common difference is 3. Yan. So, 9 times 3, 27 plus 5, 32. That's the answer. Alright, next. Find the sum of the first 8 terms of geometric series. If the first term is 2 and the common ratio is negative 0.5 or negative 1/2, yung sum niyan, s of n, is equal to a sub 1 times 1 minus r raised to n over 1 minus r. So, madadaan na naman natin to sa face-to-face review natin. Itong mga iba't ibang formulas for sequences and series, including arithmetic and geometric. Alright? So, a sub 1 natin, first term is 2 times 1 minus, yung r natin is 0.5, negative 0.5. Ang n natin is 8 over 1 minus 0.5. So, ito, isimplify nyo na lang to and you'll get the answer.